got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real bud.
John, I've got an identity crisis.
What?
I've got an identity crisis. I don't know who I am.
All right. What a way to start this one, huh?
Yeah. Last week I hurt my back.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought I got it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And then hurt it again today.
Mm-hmm.
But last week you and I went to dinner after we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And I got ID'd for ordering a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I looked young. And then I did the
I
old
remember that.
take off the hat thing. And she said, okay, well, if I would have known, I wouldn't have asked you for your ID.
Well, no, I think she was hitting on it, to be honest with you.
No, she said
I
she was
did.
my age, but
Yeah.
um,
And
so
she was
yeah,
a very nice-looking lady, by the way.
John, I'm married. I don't look at
I understand
women like that.
I understand that.
And I also disagree strongly with that.
Well, okay. I don't, because you're in the wrong once again.
Okay, we'll go back and you can interview her.
Okay.
So,
she'll be a great guest for the podcast. So what did you find appealing about Taylor when you said what you said?
hi, this is Megan from the Peanut.
Yeah.
Tell us about your job. So I felt very young because I looked like I should be ID'd. But then today I looked in the mirror and I noticed a bunch of gray hairs in my beard.
Dun, dun,
And
dun.
then I hurt my back.
Reality is hitting.
And then I hurt my back doing yard work again. So I don't know who I am.
What did you do in the yard?
And then I bought gummy bears the other day.
I know,
so,
and I'm sitting here eating all of them for you.
That's another childish
yeah.
thing. So I don't know who I am.
Well, that poses a question, because what were you doing in the yard? That was it
Just your old run-of-the-mill.
run of the mill, up and down, scoop it up and put it in the bag, kind of.
Not even that. I did some stick pickup. I had to go over it like 3 times because my mower doesn't pick it up very well. So did some bending over to get the bag off, and wasn't a lot. I have a theory that it was from something else though. Let's
go there.
Yeah. So I told everyone last time about how the room behind me is my office now.
Mm-hmm.
Janelle's office is upstairs. I moved the workout equipment into here that couldn't be seen before.
Right.
And then there was a couch and a big chair in where the camera is.
Well, that was the green room for the TBB studios. Is what
Now they've
it
got
used
nowhere
to
to
be.
sit before we record.
Now we have nowhere for our guests to sit.
Just on the porcelain throne in there.
That's right. Except, how many guests have we had?
I think 2.
2?
And one lives here. So
Yeah, we have 2. So they one of them did get to take full advantage of the green room when we had it, the green room.
yeah.
God, they even brought peanut M&Ms or something.
They took a shower probably.
Probably, yeah. We have the green room bathroom in there.
So anyway, we decided to sell the couch and chair since we never used it down here.
Okay.
And of course it sold the week Janelle's out of town again.
Okay.
She's just getting back from Ohio any minute now.
All right.
And so we decided to sell it. So finally someone decided to come get it. And they agreed to come get it yesterday, which was Sunday. And Saturday night I already told you I would have you guess, but spent 2.5 hours getting Otis fur off of the couch and chair. So
he can't help that. I mean, he's just a dog.
I'm not blaming him.
Well, sounds like it to me.
I'm
Sounds
just
like
saying
you
how
want
much
to
work it was.
put him down or something,
Yeah, I've considered it. But yeah,
Run for your life, went
through a full lint roller, and leaf blew off the hair first, and then lint rolled. Took my hand and kind of like got it into a little ball, and then at one point I was probably an hour and a half into it, and he snuck out through the garage into the garage, and I was yelling because I thought he was gonna get right onto the couch out there. So, yeah. So anyway, Janelle's brother-in-law, or her brother, helped me carry it out there from in here.
Oh, that's good.
And it kind of hurt my back then a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it's from helping him move the previous week. It's a lot of compounding things. So
Well, are you done moving stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I helped him move last week, and that's done. And then I had to move the gym equipment back into this room. So
Okay.
I think I'm done.
All right.
So we're just gonna rest over the holidays.
Okay, good. Now, do you have any more bone crushing appointments?
No, I had one more. When did we record? Last Wednesday.
Wednesday? Was it Wednesday or Thursday?
It was Wednesday. And I had one on Wednesday. No. Yeah, I think I had one Monday and Wednesday.
Okay.
And then I'm done because I didn't want to deal with that anymore. It just wasn't really doing a whole lot, and my original pain went away. So now it's just like a lower back, like the muscle. I think I'm just not using it enough, and now it's sore because it's like you've been sitting around doing nothing, eating gummy bears for the last year. What do you want from me?
These are great gummy bears, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
3 ibuprofen should take care of it for you.
And a Michelob Ultra.
And Michelob Ultra is always.
You don't mix those though.
No, you don't. You should not.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, I went to the gym today. I canceled my Planet Fitness membership last week.
Well, you mentioned that. You mentioned you're going to do that.
It's only $11 a month, but I figured it could go towards the new one. And I went in there.
How much is the new one? 40?
The new one with taxes like 54.
Okay.
But it's
a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very small. There's not a whole lot of people there. You can use whatever you want to use. There's not all the pressure of people stealing your stuff or watching you work out. So
okay.
When I went to this one before, I liked it a lot. And
see, I've always heard that that's an issue. Always seems to be an issue with people who want to work out but don't feel so inclined because of the I forget what you would call it, but people staring at you and
just creeps.
The creepy factor.
So yeah, I didn't like that before. I've gone to this one, not this particular one before, but it's Anytime Fitness. I've gone to 2 different ones of those before and liked them, but just ended up moving somewhere else, and there wasn't one close, and now there's one close to me. So anyway, did that. Walked in, and the lady acted like she didn't know who I was. So I was like, "I'm Taylor. I'm here to meet with you." And she's okay. And she just kind of stared at me, and she's like, "Did you want me to give you a tour?" And I said, "No, you already did that before, so I just wanted to come sign up." And she said, "Okay, so you just want to sign up today?" Yes, I just was coming here to give you my money. And
is that people not paying attention? Because that's a peeve of mine too.
I don't know, it was just an awkward interaction.
Okay.
So yeah, went.
Well, just about every interaction you have is awkward, so there's nothing new here.
I rub off on people. So anyway, I sat down.
The aura. Medium. What did we say? Medium aura?
Well, that was not max aura. That was
not max aura.
Minimum aura. It was awkward vibes.
All right.
So anyway, she just talked to me for a bit like she had never talked to me before. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, so your wife's not joining us though?" And I said, "No, not right now. She's going to do her own thing." And then she said, "Okay, so you got all your boxes and all that taken care of?" I was like, "What?
What?
My boxes?"
What do you mean boxes?
She's like, "Oh, I thought you just moved into town. Didn't you just move here?" I said, "No." So I was wondering if I got my lives mixed up or something and made up something. But based on our previous interactions, I think she was just not knowing the details of our
or getting her details mixed up between people.
I had a balanced day because before that, I just went to the gym, and then she said, "So you're going to work out today?" And I said, "No, I think I'm going to go." I had stuff to do, actually. I had to finish editing a wedding, took the day off to do that, and do yard work because can't do that in the dark after work. And a couple other things. So I told her I had to go, but I just felt like the laziest person in the world. I went and paid for membership and then...
Just left. Just booked it.
And then she said, "Yeah, today you'll just pay for the first month and the activation and then whatever." I was like, "Okay, but isn't there a deal right now for the rest of the year for free?" And she said, Oh yeah. Like, you were just trying to get it off with me paying the full thing and didn't mention the deal to me. So thankfully I looked at my emails and saw that. So
there you go. So you saved some money. See?
Saved at least $50 or $60.
Uh-huh.
So not going to get me this time. But yeah, this morning didn't work out, but it felt like I did something. This morning I had a Chick-fil-A reward. So I went there
Ooh.
and drove Otis. And this is just a small peeve of mine. It's not a full peeve, but usually whenever you go there, they say, what's the name for the order? I'll say Taylor, and they'll say Taylor A, and I'll say yes. But they always ask if it's Taylor A. So they must have a bunch of different Taylors there or something, or they have to confirm the last initial. So this time they said, who's the order for? I said, Taylor A. And they said, what? I'm like, Taylor Atkinson. And I said, Taylor A? I was like, yes, Taylor A. So I don't know what to say.
What do you say to people like that? I it's just beyond, beyond my comprehension on where they're coming from on all this.
Yeah, she was a little awkward too, but she gave Otis a treat. So
Okay, well,
she made up for it.
all right. Way to go, O.
Yeah. Took him for a W yesterday,
Oh, the big W.
a walk.
He just opened his eyes.
He didn't really move.
No, didn't move.
But yeah, he was pretty dead after a mile. I don't think I sent you this, but I sent a picture to let me see. Sent a picture to Janelle's family and my family, and it was Otis after the walk. And he had drool over his snout and on each side of his
all
mouth.
over the place.
About 1.5 feet long.
Good
So
job, Otis. Good job, buddy.
He was not in walking shape. So, anywho, did work him out this weekend when Janelle was gone. I didn't just sit around and take him to Chick-fil-A. And
Good.
So,
Good.
how's your week been? Sorry
It's
to do all the
been
talking.
pretty good. That's fine. I'm, now that you mentioned the yard situation and your back having an occurrence from that, I have a quick question. And it's kind of something that I was thinking about. What do you use? Do you use a blower or do you use a rake?
I haven't touched a rake in a while. I use a rake for like flower beds sometimes and all that. I guess once in a while, let me restart. I'm pretty quick and lazy about the yard until it's the last one of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go all out for the last one because for the first few, I'll either mulch them up with a mower or I'll pick them up with a mower and bag them.
Yeah.
If I'm keeping up with it, I'll just mulch it. But if it's a big amount, I have to kind of pick them up because it won't mulch it that well. And then the last one of the year, I kind of start to rake and try to get them up out of the ground and all that. But I'll use a blower otherwise.
Because I'm thinking that my daughter was telling me that her husband has one of those backpack blowers,
I'm sure it's Chris.
Yeah.
Chris has every gadget.
Yeah. And Mr. Gadget. But he and his buddies in the neighborhood went, they'll all get together and they'll start talking about blowers and how they have this blower and how much CFM or whatever it is, cubic feet per minute or something like that. This thing is blowing and, what kind of gas mileage you get on it. So like talking about
So
how big truck, that you go and that you own. But
so are you getting a backpack blower?
no, I don't want one. I have just a handheld.
I wish one thing I think could be improved upon in an invention is we have one of those leaf suckers.
I have one of those too.
I mean, it can blow, but it also, you switch it and it'll suck the leaves up. But I hate using it for one because it just gets incredibly heavy after you're doing it for a couple hours.
Well, you have to empty it.
I know, but I'm just saying it always gets clogged up. And for whatever reason, I ended up just pitching it, and I do by hand because it never...
Really?
So I don't know. It just is.
I only use that particular tool when it's real dry.
Yeah.
I don't use it like after a rain or something because it just, like you said, it clogs it all up and it's just not effective or doesn't seem to work too well.
So I would like a better one somehow. I'm sure there's one out there, but
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure I've complained about this before too, but my electric mower does a terrible job of picking leaves up. It's not very, the horsepower on that would not be something that Chris would brag about in his neighborhood.
No, yeah.
The CFM.
I had for probably 20 years, I had a Snapper high vac lawnmower and it was great. God, it sucked all the leaves up and everything and just did a wonderful job. And well, it finally died on me. And so I went out and bought a different brand of mower, and it just doesn't do the same. It's just not as effective as what a Snapper high-vac mower is. I realized that a new Snapper high-vac mower is like $800 now, and I can't afford that one. So I'll just do a little raking, a little blowing, and we'll be good to take care of the leaves with.
So are you done for the year then? Or
No, I think we have one more. One more pass needs to be made on the lawn with the lawnmower, just to get all the leaves up. We've been blessed this year because, not necessarily blessed, but we've been lucky this year that our next door neighbor had a big tree that died in her front yard, and it's the one that used to just bury our yard in leaves. And now that that's gone, we did not have as many leaves this year at all, which was nice.
Yeah, you have an old neighborhood with a bunch of trees.
Oh yeah, a bunch of very mature trees. So,
yeah, ours, I think a couple trees are hanging on, and there's quite a few left. So,
well, you got a couple of really big, beautiful trees here on
our neighbor
on the estate.
Yes, the one out this window, we have a big burning bush. It's red right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the neighbor next door has a big orange tree, just not oranges, but like it's orange.
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
you have big oak trees that are massive things.
Which I love those acorns that it drops.
Well, sure.
Do you pick those up by hand, or you just let them go?
I just kind of let them go.
They disintegrate.
Yeah, I'm sure they biodegrade, turn into mulch, and all the fun stuff that goes along with it.
I just pour some gasoline out in the lawn and let it burn.
And let them fire them up. Well, you get together with your neighbor and
I was going to say,
have big bonfires and stuff in your driveways and stuff.
Yeah, Iowa State plays Kansas State this weekend.
Okay.
And which will be done by the time this is out there. And I invited him over to watch the game on our projector because it's a 6:30 game. He's a big K-State guy.
Is he? Okay.
And I'm a big Iowa State guy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he said he'd bring his fire pit over. So might be a good time to start throwing leaves in.
I think grab some leaves, and dry leaves, and some acorns, and throw them in there and see what happens.
It's Halloween. He kind of went through a bunch at like 2:30 in the morning. He was throwing stuff in there. So
what else was he doing at 2:30 in the morning at Halloween?
He was.
I think he was probably.
Was
he into
hydrated.
I think he got into the tea, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right.
Speaking of the tea, you had a flamingo party yesterday.
We did. We had a flamingo party, and it was. We had a wonderful little lady that lived in our neighborhood. She lived on the next block over. Her name was Dorothy, and she was an older lady, and just the nicest person you could ever meet. And she used to come to all of our Friday flamingo parties, or as many as she could. And unfortunately, Dorothy passed away 2 weeks ago, and her daughter was telling everybody that she always wanted to host a flamingo party. So what her daughter did is she hosted the flamingo party on Friday in Dorothy's honor and in her memory. So it was a lot of fun getting together and seeing a lot of her friends and a lot of her church group and the neighbors on the next block and our block and all. It was just great sense of camaraderie. It was just really nice in order to honor Miss Dorothy.
And she would have liked that.
She would have loved that. She really would. Her last job that she had, she was I think in her 90s. The last job that she had, she would drive over to one of the hospitals. I can't remember which one it was, but she would just sit there and hold the babies, the newborns. That was her job. She just loved to do that. And then she would love to read. She'd always read to little kids. She was always doing the reading for little kids.
Have you ever considered
that? She was a real special person.
Is that in your cards for your next job?
What, holding babies?
Holding babies.
Oh, I could do that. I could, yeah. Of course, I mean, there'd be two people asleep in the rocking chair instead of just the baby. But
make them 10 minutes later and you're passed out too.
I'd wake all the babies up from the snoring.
Dang, my mom sent me something I thought you'd enjoy. I don't know what it is, but was
Uh-oh.
political, so I thought you might like it.
Okay, I'm sure it will.
Let me see. This may not come through the.
How is Joe and Kim? How are they doing? We need a Joe and Kim update.
Did you hear the story?
Dang it. They're good.
Yeah?
They'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I was going
They're
yeah,
going.
we got into that last week, I think. I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're coming down to drop off the dogs, and then they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be. Dang it! Why is this not going to work?
It's okay. We can pick it up later.
They're going to come tomorrow, drop the dogs off, stay the night, and then they leave at. What would you say for? This is going to come out before they get here. I guess we can tell them in person, but their flight's at 10 a.m.
Mhm.
And I live 45 minutes from the airport.
Mhm.
They were trying to figure out what time to leave, and my dad ended up saying he was going to leave at 5:30.
Mm-mm.
Which what?
That's way too early.
That's what I thought, but he thought with the new airport, with the holidays, with rush hour, he didn't know if it'd be bad.
Well, it's going to be bad. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people. But I thought, well, you've been to the new airport.
Yes.
You've seen how quickly things go, even with
I mean, kind of. There are certain times I've been there where it's pretty backed up, and it took half an hour or so to get through.
as
but-
compared to,
I don't know.
it
But
could
I
have
mean,
been like 2 hours in some of the older airports.
So it's 45-minute drive up there.
Yeah, I'd leave at 7:15.
So they get there at 8.
Mhm.
They have to park the car, though, off-site. So they wouldn't get to the airport until like 8:15, 8:30.
Okay,
Security, I don't know.
that's another 2 hours for them.
I said at least it's a nice airport.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what they're going to do.
I'd probably leave it at 6:45 then, 6:45 maybe.
Well, they're going to go leave at 5:30, and
Okay, well, that'll work.
okay. I
Then
think,
they can go in and then have a cup of coffee or something, and
yeah. Check out the food court.
the food court's nice. Some pastries.
Okay, I think I got it to work. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if this is what it's going to say, so this maybe might get cut out.
So we might have an editing issue here.
Don't know if this is going to be.
We don't have that little 60-second beep thing, do we, for foul language that we are not allowed to say?
Well, I've beeped things out before because you've said some questionable things.
Well,
But
what? I've never said anything questionable.
okay, this one
Ever.
it could be political, and I don't know. It's going to be.
Okay.
So just fair warning, and if it offends anybody, I'm sorry. You can take it up with my parents.
No.
Dang it. Sorry, folks.
Technical difficulties.
Here.
There we go.
Did you hear the story?
What a lead-in question.
About the kid who was outside the Democratic fundraiser selling kittens. When the people came out from the fundraiser, he was holding up the kittens and he was saying, "Buy a Democrat kitten." Well, a couple of weeks later, the Republicans held a fundraiser in the same place. And when they came out, there was the same kid with the kittens. And he said, "Buy a Republican kitten." And one of the members of the press who'd seen him there 2 weeks before said, "Wait a minute, kid. You were selling these kittens the last time as Democrat kittens. How come the Republican kittens now?" Kid says, "Because now they got their eyes open."
Oh.
Well, fun.
That was good. Way to go, Kim. I like that.
Thanks, Kim.
Yeah. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
And who did that for us? Do we need to give them credit on the air or anything like that?
That was Kim.
Miss Kim gave it to us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Thank you. That was cute.
that was cute.
Yeah.
Feel free to send other non-political
Yes.
things too. We'll listen to all jokes.
Well, not the ones from Joe.
Oh, he's got the weird ones.
He has the weird jokes.
I can't
We call
replay
it
those.
Weird Joke Day. We could do.
Weird.
Oh, we could do a weird joke segment. I like this.
We could call it Joke Atkinson because like Joe.
Yeah. And we'll give him a call, and he can do the jokes all on the air.
Yeah,
I think he'd go for something like that. I know he's not listening, so
probably. I'll text him some jokes I make up sometimes, and they don't always land. But
right.
yeah, he would like that.
Okay.
We
We don't have to do it every week, but we could do it like maybe once a month or something. Do weird joke
joke of the month.
of the month, or weird joke of the month.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Good.
Sorry, I was going to try to find something.
I like
Do
it.
you? I was very shocked
What?
because I was doing something on my computer, looked down, and you had added a bunch of notes.
I did. I was kind of just jotting down random thoughts that kind of blew through my mind, and I happened to be talking to my daughter Kathleen on the phone, and when I was doing all this stuff, and she had a big major complaint. And
So you were asking her for ideas?
I was just talking to her about stuff, and she said, "My major complaint is your refrigerator is going out the week of Thanksgiving.
Her fridge is going out?
Her fridge went out on the week of Thanksgiving."
Yikes. So that's Kathleen's peeve of the week.
That's Kathleen's peeve of the week, so we're going to leave it at that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
So is she going to get a new one in time or what?
No.
Everyone's going to bring a cooler?
Yeah, but she's kind of doing the cooler thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of different things.
Well, they've got like a garage fridge, right?
They do. They have a garage fridge, so they can store things in there. But their main fridge that is one of those fancy schmancy kind of things that, it's been around for a while. And they've had it in their house. I mean, I forget how long they've lived there, but probably a good 10, 15 years.
Do you have a garage fridge?
I do.
Really?
We do. We broke down and bought all new appliances a couple of years ago when we got new countertops and stuff.
Where's your fridge in your garage?
It's just when you open the garage door, it's straight
Is that in
back.
front of your car?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't think I've noticed it before.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
What are you doing in my garage?
Nothing. When I've seen it before, I don't think I've noticed the fridge there.
Sure. Okay.
Did you have one in there before that?
Cutie pie, let's get the locks changed. Oh,
I know the code.
yeah. Code's changed.
Um,
No, we didn't have one in there before.
so now you're like true middle upper class.
We are middle upper class.
because you get the fridge.
Yeah, you betcha.
Well,
we got
we're-
the fridge in the garage.
Don't say that. We're middle, but we have a mini fridge in the garage, so we're working our way
Okay,
up,
you're working your way up.
which is enough for me because all I needed is just some beverages out there, and
Yeah, but it's when you get older and the family gets larger, you're going to need a big fridge.
we got to have frozen meat and pies.
You do. You have to have frozen meat and pies and places to store drinks and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so what's next on your list? I'm going to highlight the things we've talked about already.
Okay.
You want to do a person of the week?
Well, I was thinking about that, but then I was thinking about I wanted to kind of throw that out to everybody. I just thought that would be kind of a fun segment to have as a person of the week. And what we would do is we find a worthy recipient, and we could do background on them and kind of broadcast all over. And it doesn't have to be a living or non-living person. It can be deceased.
Can it be
It can
semi-living?
be male or female, semi-living, that sort of thing. So what do you think? Do you think that's something you'd be interested in?
Sure. It sounds like some homework, but do you have one in mind for an example for the first one?
What I would really like to do is someone that I am completely enamored with is
You don't have to talk about me on the air again, John.
Huh?
You don't need to talk about me on the air again.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay, sorry. You're
mind. Okay.
enamored with me.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks.
All right, go ahead. Who are you enamored with completely?
The guy that invented Tesla,
Mr. Tesla.
Mr. Musk, Elon Musk.
Hmm.
Because to me, he's a real innovator. I mean, how many people do you know, or how many people have kind of stepped up to the plate and said, "Hey, yeah, I'll fire that rocket into space for you. Not a problem, NASA."
Just a couple.
Just a couple of them. And, then what I'll do is in order to save money on it, we'll just have the booster rocket just fall to the earth, and we'll just kind of grab it with our little grabby hook tool that we have on the ground here, so we can use it again. I mean, just stuff like, I mean, just what an innovator. And I know a lot of people don't like him because he's the richest man in the world, but, you know, God bless him. God bless him for making all that money. You know, he
I
should.
just had to look up something I was confused about.
What's that?
These are the things that run through my mind. Not like, oh, rockets. I was thinking of the difference between musk and must, like musky and musty.
Okay.
I always mix that one up.
Do you? Okay.
Because musky is a strong sweet odor that can be described as warm, earthy, and woody.
Okay, yeah.
Musty is an unclean, stale,
That's
and possibly
right.
moldy
Damp,
smell.
moldy, damp smell, yeah.
Sorry, that's where my brain went.
Well,
Good for him.
anyway, the thing about it is that his program, SpaceX, is the one that actually was sent up to retrieve the stranded astronauts that were on the space station, which was that's kind of a black eye in the face of Boeing. I think Boeing had their rocket that sent them up.
So he's got a servant heart. He's really just loves helping people.
Well, I think he does, but he also loves making money too.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
But he's unpretentious. I mean, he obviously drives a Tesla, or he's driven around in a Tesla. But you know, he doesn't have any big houses to speak of.
Yeah, but would he hold babies for money?
No, he wouldn't. Well, he might. He might. I mean, can you imagine if you had a project that you needed to do? Could you go up to like Elon Musk and say, "Hey, I'll give you $100 to do this for me, to rake my leaves"?
Huh?
You know, I just, you know, people like that, you're just so far out of our stratosphere. It's just unbelievable.
Literally.
Yeah, get it?
He's out of this world.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm kind of thinking about with Person of the Week, and or who is the person that is attributed to the first Thanksgiving? What is his name?
Joseph Smith.
No.
John Smith?
No.
Which one's the Mormon one? Joseph? John Smith from Pocahontas?
No.
Who's the Pocahontas guy? That's John Smith.
Okay.
Mr. Pilgrim.
Yeah. No, not Mr. P.
Hubert H. Mayflower.
No.
Can I get a hint?
First name's John.
Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
another
see you're
hint?
a student of history here, so
Okay, go ahead.
his name was John Winthrop.
Wow, that's minimum aura on your part to call me out my history.
No, it was not minimum aura. It was maximum aura.
He brought the vibes to the United States.
Well, he did. He brought the vibes to the U.S., but he was kind of a notorious guy too, because even though he did have the Indians,
Native Americans
that came and celebrated with him, he also was responsible for having a lot of them slaughtered too, a couple of years later. So anyway,
That's not nice.
yeah, he's attributed with naming Thanksgiving or holding the first Thanksgiving, but then he's also attributed with being a nefarious sort of individual.
So you're gonna shout out a murderer for your?
I'm not going to
personal
shout
week?
out a murderer. I'm just shouting out the first person who held Thanksgiving or was responsible for holding Thanksgiving.
Well, hopefully he threw like a legendary party at least.
Don't know. I wasn't there.
I'm
I was invited, but I didn't go.
Hmm.
Did you go?
not that old.
Oh,
My beard's getting
wow.
gray, but I'm
Okay,
not
yeah.
quite old
well,
enough.
tell that to the gray hairs in your beard. Bless you.
All right. Well, what else you got in here?
What else do I don't have much.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
The college football thing you put down?
Yeah, that's for you. I put that in there for you because I know nothing about it. I was given the information,
From who?
and I thought, you know what? That's a great question for Mr. Taylor to expand on.
Who gave you the information?
My daughter, Kathleen.
So she put all your ideas in here?
No, not all of them.
Okay. What's this a question about? About the college football thing?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
question?
does a 12-team structure really highlight the best 12 teams in the country? Question mark. Yes or no?
I'd
Your
say.
opinion.
Oh, you want me to just go off on this one?
I'd go off.
I think yes and no.
Okay, here we go. Political. You must be a Democrat or something.
Democratic kitten.
Yeah.
Um,
I got a kitten for you.
I think that it is better than, I don't know, because people before were upset. There's only 2 teams, so they made it 4. And then when it was 4 teams, they're like, no, we need more. So now it's 12. So it's never going to be enough, but I think that it's going to be like the 4 winners of the Power 4 conferences. They're going to have them automatically go to the playoff, and then it's the best however many ranked teams other than that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one at large bid, so like the non-Power 5 conference team. But that team I don't think is going to be nearly as good as a lot of other teams. So like, I don't know, let's say Liberty wins.
Okay.
Or Boise State. I think they're pretty good this year. But
Yeah.
if it was Boise State versus a team that didn't make the playoff, like Penn State or something, if they don't make it, I think Penn State's better than Boise State, but it's still, I like that it gives them a chance to have some underdogs in there. So
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, folks.
that's my thought. That was
There
your
you go.
sports section of the week.
Yeah.
Back to you in the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's cool that the first round of games is going to be on campus somewhere, like
Mhm.
whichever team gets a home game. And then the next round after that will be like the bowl games and stuff. It'll
Cool.
be somewhere. Sounds like Mother is home.
Well, we need to wrap it up then.
We're fine.
No, we're not.
Okay, and then what'd you put down? CFP committee chair.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Who is that guy? Who's the guy that's in charge of that?
Mr. Elon Musk.
Okay. See there?
John,
What a great guy.
John, what was his name again?
Winthrop.
Winthrop.
Yeah.
He's in charge.
He is?
You put down the fallen temp.
Yeah, that's a kind of a bummer. That's the thing that's bumming me out. It's a falling temperature. It's gotten really cold here. And the wind's blowing from the north, which makes it even colder. And it's sort of a damp cold, too. So that's not a lot of fun.
No.
Not lots of fun.
I need to know when I need to, I should probably disconnect my hose, huh?
It's probably a good idea. Either that or shut it off.
How do you, I don't have a shut off for mine.
Yeah, you do. You have shut off somewhere in there.
I think it's all for the whole house, the water.
No, I don't think so.
Can you crawl down there and show me?
No.
But I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Help
Well,
me.
call a guy.
Okay. Well, the past years, I think I just disconnected the hose and I put a cover on it.
Okay, that helps.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
But we also have a new tree, an evergreen tree,
Uh-huh.
or like a bush, and I feel like I need to keep watering it.
You have to water that through the winter?
I don't know, but it looks like it's dying.
Well, you should
Take-
have a guarantee on them.
Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong though, because I watered it.
Maybe
you take
did
a look
water
when you're
too
leaving?
much? Yeah, I'll take a look.
I didn't do it too much. If anything, it was just maybe not nearly enough, but it wasn't like I went weeks without doing it.
What you need to do is probably take a picture of it
Send it to your
and
wife.
send it to you know who.
Okay, I'll ask her.
Yeah, she's the all-knowing when it comes to those kinds of things,
But yeah,
and just about everything else too.
I didn't want it to go straight from summer to winter. I do enjoy
I
fall,
didn't either. God, it just
but I like the 50, 60 degree range.
I do too. That was last couple of days, few days.
Now it's
What
down
was
to
that?
like 39.
Yeah, wind blowing,
No bueno.
Yeah. not good.
How do I turn this off? So yeah, that was your idea, and then your last thought was near car misses. Curious what that one
Yeah,
means.
we'll save that for next time because that's a long kind of
No, just go for it.
long conversation thing. Nope, we'll do it next time.
We've only been going for 39 minutes.
That's fine.
I want you to discuss your near car misses.
No, we'll do that next time.
All right. I thought of an idea of something I say wrong after we talked last time.
Oh,
Not necessarily say wrong, but actually, yeah, I said it wrong. So I'd seen signs or like notes on like a 55-gallon bucket or a drum, or just on signage somewhere, and it would say like, it looks like it's non-portable water, but I always thought it was pronounced potable, but apparently it's potable. And I just learned it was potable for the last time.
what is what
week.
is potable water?
Potable water, also known as drinking water, comes from surface and ground
Oh,
sources
okay.
and is treated to levels that meet state and federal standards for blah, blah, blah. So non-potable is not, you can't drink it.
Okay, non-drinkable
But
water.
I always thought it was potable.
Okay.
But I thought potable would have two T's, P-O-T-T-A-B-L-E,
Uh-huh.
but it's just one, so that's why I was confused.
Ooh.
So that's an addition to our segment last week of things we say wrong.
All right. Very good. That works.
Just trying to make potables meet, make
Yep.
ends meet. Did you ever hear the story about those kids who, what year was it? 1 second. The kids who were in that plane crash and they survived in the jungle for 40 days.
What? That was not too long ago, was it?
It was in a year and a half ago.
Okay. I thought it was
It
fairly
was in
recent.
Colombia.
Yeah.
It was a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an infant. I forget how old the kid was.
Oh, gee, crimey.
So like all two or three adults in the plane passed away in the crash, but the kids survived. And they went to go to the plane crash site and saw that all the kids were gone. Excuse me. So they knew the adults had passed away and didn't think the kids would survive, but they kept sending more resources, and finally they pulled all the resources away. And they had the, what are they called? People who lived like in the jungle. Anyway, they had other rescuers, people who lived there, found them eventually after 40 days, and they all survived. But that was just wild. They could do that.
That is amazing.
And kids these days in America can't survive without a phone for a couple
I know.
hours.
I know. They're going into shock and, convulsions and stuff.
I don't think I would survive for 40 days knowing.
I could survive quite a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You sound very convincing with that.
No, I could. I knowing what
Knowing your set
some
of
of the life
skills.
skills that I've developed over the last 70 years. Yeah.
I could just see you
Yeah.
with
I know how to start a fire and do all that kind of stuff, which is
with like
real,
a
real important stuff.
grass skirt. You just made your own clothes and stuck a Ralph Lauren logo on the,
Yeah. That's right.
just a big white beard.
Vineyard vines deal.
I can't imagine seeing you out and about, not in loafers and
No.
vineyard vines.
No.
What would you eat? Would you kill something?
If you could, fish.
It was in the jungle, though.
Yeah, I know. Been a lot of streams and fish in the jungle.
There's streams in the jungle?
Yes.
Hmm.
And native fish to jungle you can put in there. But,
You what?
Yeah, but there's a lot of other kind of wild animals too that you kill and roast and eat.
This is the first Google search for me.
Yeah.
What can you eat in the jungle?
Yeah.
You can eat termites.
Yeah, I wouldn't do. Well, I don't know. It depends on how bad it got.
You can eat lizards, acai. They have chocolate in the forest or the jungle. May not be too bad getting stranded.
Yeah, getting stranded. Yeah,
Get some Hershey's out
You've
there.
got some Hershey's.
Some
They got
banana,
almonds and
papaya.
Mhm.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what animals you could catch that you could kill, but there'd be a lot of nasty insects and stuff I wouldn't like
Yeah,
to
there's
come
a lot
across.
of. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not my favorite place to get stranded. That's for sure. If I had a choice between that and the plaza, I'm definitely on the plaza.
What would you do for fun while you waited, like to entertain yourself?
Well, I have no idea. I mean, you're probably scared to death. Fear for your life
I'd probably have
every second of this.
Yeah.
So-
I'd probably have a long, long list of jokes to text my dad once I got
You
service again.
would, yeah.
Dad, what do you call a palm tree that
Jump a
There's
joke
palm trees.
day.
He'd have a good list, but I
Yeah.
have to write them down on something. So
That's all right. You can grab a parchment and stick and go at it. Go at it. So
carve it into a tree and then have to come back to that tree someday to think of all my
that's right.
jokes.
And
Well,
you
fun. We should
always forget the punchline, but
do a Real Buds episode from the jungle
no thanks.
in Colombia.
I'm good.
Um,
I did like our Real Buds one from the stream that we did.
that was fun. One time my dad went to Colombia for work, and he's 6'4", and a lot bigger than most Colombians, and his luggage got lost on the way there. So he had to go find stuff to wear. and he had to buy a pair of like silk boxers because they had nothing else in his size. So he's like fancy underwear when he went.
What? Why?
What?
Joe, I'm sorry. We kind of lost control of this one.
I'm just telling the truth.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he was looking for clothes to wear, and they had nothing in his size. So
Okay.
I don't know where he bought it from. Like an adult store.
I have to check with Joe on that one.
I'll leave that one
I'm not
alone.
leaving that one alone.
Did you hear? Dang it! I guess I watched a Christmas movie today while I was editing.
Which one is it? A Hallmark thing?
No, it was on Netflix, but it was really dumb.
Yeah.
Um,
They can get really stupid.
So next week, we're gonna make our own Christmas movie. We're gonna name the characters. We're gonna do the whole plot, and that way we're gonna sell it to Netflix or Hallmark or.
Oh yeah.
And they're all the same, so that's what we're gonna do.
Think that'll work?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, who are the two guys in Hollywood that did that? Good Will Hunting was Matthew Damon, and who's the other guy?
Robin Williams.
No, it wasn't Robin Williams.
The actors in it.
Yeah, they're actors, but they also wrote it.
Oh, you must be thinking of Robin Williams.
No, it wasn't Robin Williams. No,
Okay, so Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. That's it.
Well, the first picture on the cover is Robin Williams and Matt Damon. So
Okay.
I've actually never watched it, so I should probably see that.
It's a very good movie. It really is a very good movie.
Oh, his brother's
We
in
get
that
on
too.
with them, and then next thing you know, shoot, we'll be living large in HW. Hollywood.
Oh, sorry, kind of went over my head.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, next week we'll discuss that. I wanted to discuss the Jaguar logo with you, but I think you're itching to get out of here. Oh, last thing. I need your help. How do you sleep at night?
Soundly.
No, I was actually curious how you slept because when I went to the chiropractor, I think I mentioned they told me I'm a stomach sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
She said, do not do that because that's the worst thing for your neck and yada, yada, yada.
I sleep on my back mostly.
You're a side sleeper too, though,
I
a little
am,
bit, aren't
yeah, a little bit.
you? I've been trying to teach myself how to do that
I rotate from the back to the side.
because I've been spending 33 years of my life on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm trying to sleep otherwise, it's very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got to figure out how to do that.
You just kind of start sleeping on your back and see how that goes. And,
I tried, but it's not very.
well, just keep at it. Just keep trying.
Well, last night I gave in,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just very tired and I couldn't sleep, so I went for stomach. And I think I've gotten used to being on my back and side enough that I woke up with just the worst neck pain,
Okay.
so I couldn't look down. So
they were correct in that.
So I'm getting old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I got gummy bears and the pride of
That's right.
Peanut asking for my ID when I get a drink to keep me
That's
going.
right.
But
You're in good shape, buddy.
my neck and my back and my
Yeah.
beard are keeping me
Uh-huh.
modest.
Keeping you modest or keeping you old.
What's that mean? Not getting too arrogant about my youthfulness.
No.
All right. Well, I suppose.
Think we should wrap this up?
Is that your Midwest goodbye?
Okay.
I
we're ready.
suppose.
Should we say thank you to our sponsors?
If you can say them right.
Thank you to CHD Wood Design. And thank you to Mr. Taylor Atkinson Photography. And those need a wedding photographer. Here's your man. And also,
Mom, Dad, you want to get your vows renewed again? Hit me up.
yeah. And don't forget the Kansas City Auto Museum out in Olathe, Kansas. It's really a great place to go and visit. See some beautiful, beautiful old cars.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful old cars.
What was I going to ask you? Dang it. Something about the goodbye.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's part of the
aging
it's
process.
part of the aging process right there. You start losing it, can't remember a thing.
Dang it.
Where I always have trouble is when I lose it and can't remember a thing is when I'm driving down to go fishing somewhere.
What do you mean?
Where am I? Where am I going? What's this? Who's this stranger sitting next to me?
You get lost and scared.
I'm lost. I'm scared.
Dang it! I was going to tell you something about the sponsors and ending the episode. And
What about it? Do we have new sponsors?
no, just the same.
Do we have cash paying sponsors?
None.
Okay.
Not a single
None.
one. Shout out to Aunt
None.
Val for paying for our subscription.
Yes.
Still,
Thank you again.
I think.
Yep.
I haven't checked lately, but I'll think of something. I was
Okay.
going to tell you something, and then it seems important.
Oh, well.
Anywho, John, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Hope
and,
you had a great Thanksgiving too, my friend. I know you probably did.
And I hope you enjoy the magic of this Christmas season upon us.
Well, it's coming. It'll be here
It's
soon.
here.
It's here.
I think it's December now.
It's December now, and we finally got our Christmas lights up, so we're good.
We're just gonna keep. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I showed you that Bill Burr skit on SNL.
Saturday night, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called "Calling Dad," and that just reminded you of the part, like you being dad, where he said something like, "Hey, Dad, just calling to check in on you." He said, "Hey, son. All right, well, I'll let you go."
Oh, that is hysterical.
It just sounded just
that
like
is
you.
just absolutely hysterical.
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'll let you go.
yeah.
I called you. What are you talking about? So anyway, I'll let you go, John.
Okay, bud.
Bye.
Bye.